Good morning. When I was recently being interviewed in a podcast, one of the questions that came up was about how I look, and because I had been bullied a lot, and people would like, it has happened multiple times in my younger life when people would say to me I was the most ugly thing they had ever seen in their lives. In fact, they wanted me to award me ugliness awards. And my reaction to that, I mean, it took me a while. I didn't like it, obviously, but it took me a while. And then I was like, I would look in the mirror and I'd say, girl, someone's got to have your back. If the world's going to be like this, if people are going to say these things to you, and we gotta put up a shield and make sure that these comments aren't coming in too deep, because this is destructive. This is really not healthy. And so I would say in the mirror, you are the most beautiful person that I have ever seen. Knowing that I was just counteracting those comments. So I'm thinking about this morning, um, because I've, as I've been posting, I've been going through these feelings of like, in the moment that I'm trying to post, it'll be like, "Grr," and then I've posted it, and then I've used some like vlogs that I listen to or other things that I listen to, just to remind me what the truth is and who I am. So to counteract that feeling of like, am I even allowed to do this? And because when I go into that fear, it's like I can feel all of these feelings. But why I want to say this right now is that, you know, when you take in those kind of fears that other people can have judgments over you, just just realize this for a second, that you're taking on the ideology at that moment. So are you going to choose to take on ideology that you feel is correct for you, and that you're like, yeah, that makes me feel good? If I This is the kind of thing I would like to say to someone else for them to feel good. If I have children, this is the way that I want them to feel in the world. Be proud of yourself. You know, you are the evolution of mankind. We're all doing this. We're trying to just be the best version of ourselves that we can be in a world that is kind of warped into like masses of people thinking that they're not allowed to do all of this incredible things and be just their incredible selves. And so it's all dumbed down and numbed down until there's all these copies of each other that aren't real. So sorry I went there, but what I'm trying to say is, what do you want to align yourself with? Which opinions are you going to take in when you take in these fearful opinions of other people that are like, how dare you do that? I wouldn't do that. I see you like, okay, so I taught myself makeup. Obviously, I'm not wearing any makeup right now, but I had to teach myself makeup because there wasn't any makeup out there for my very light albino skin color. I am albino. I'm not saying like I look like an albino, but I'm not. I am actually albino. And my whole, like, yeah, from my ancestors and everything. So on my mother's side, I'm Polynesian, and they have dark hair and like darker skin than me, and so they have a lot of contrast in their face. So I would always want makeup to give me this strong contrast in my face, but it would completely change like how I look. So I started looking for makeup that would be very subtle and still enhance this whiteness that I naturally have. So I started practicing, and I figured that even if it didn't work out some of the days, like it would be a learning curve, and the makeup wouldn't always look good. But then if I would get comments like, "Ooh, you know that one I like people looking at me and just thinking about, oh, that one time that she wore that makeup, that wasn't okay. And then like most people, as I continue and progress doing my makeup, will be like, okay, that's interesting. And they'd forget about the moments that it didn't look great. And there's just that one, 1 in 100 people that would be like, yeah, but that time that she wore that bad makeup, that's the thing that I remember most about her. And it's like, when we take on negative comments or judgments like that, isn't it weird how we single out that one or those few? Um, it's like it says more about the person saying it, right? It's kind of, we know that it's tragic. We know that's not the way that we want to be in the world. So here's me just reminding you that when you allow those things in, of course it can happen. We're human. We're just practicing. But just to remind you, you're actually taking on the ideology, the judgment, the concepts, the perspective that there's something wrong with you. So it needs to be counterbalanced, y'all. All right, have a beautiful day. Bye.